Hello, it's Lau. I want to talk to you on a subject that I've been getting a lot of emails about, and some people have asked me to sort of clarify. Somebody kind of close to me said, hey, I've been trying to build this life of peace, and I've been trying to do the things that you talk about and some other teachers talk about, but it's really hard where I start looking at my habits and I start breaking my habits, and I really try to move forward with peace, but it seems like every time I try to be more peaceful, the world gets more chaotic, or I notice that there's more chaos in the world. And I took a moment and I asked them, do you believe that peace is the absence of something? And they said, well, the absence of conflict. I said, that's impossible. You'll never find peace without conflict. You don't need to learn to live in polarity, you need to learn to live in a paradox. And this is kind of what I mean. So I hope that this explanation, this clarification will really help you to understand this concept of what Taoists call yin and yang, but you can just call polarity, masculine and feminine, good and evil, whatever the words you want to use. But it works something like this. Recently on a webpage, somebody had made a comment. I don't know the woman, but I'm sure she's very lovely. But the statement was, we need more yin in the world. And that's great. And the person said, would you comment to that? Because I don't think they quite understand what that means. And I did understand what they were insinuating. What they were saying is we need more love, or we need more peace, or we need more feminine energy. And that's great. The problem is that's not yin. Nothing is yin, nothing is yang. Things are what they are, but yin and yang, or anything else where you're making a compare and contrast, is always compared to what? For example, if she refers to we need more love, we need more softness, we need more femininity, then to create more love, more femininity, to create more softness, you will completely, in correlation and corresponding to that love and softness and femininity, you're going to create harshness and masculinity and hardness. Because you cannot create this without this. It is impossible. There is no way to create yin without creating yang. This does not exist anywhere. You will never have women without men. It's not possible. Because if the men go, the women go. That just doesn't exist. You cannot get rid of the darkness without getting rid of the light. Nothing exists without its equal and opposite reaction. This is not only a law of physics, but this is a law of the universe. And so if I bring love up, then correspondingly I will bring strife up. Even the ancient Western Hermeticists and people actually used to say that the four elements weren't earth, fire, air, and water. They actually said it was air, fire, water, and love and strife. Right? Love and strife was actually an element, love/strife. And this is really important, that you cannot have one without the other. The deeper and more intense your relationship gets to passion, the deeper and intense the feelings are going to get all the way around for missing the person, arguing with the person. Isn't it odd that when we get closer and say we're going to love somebody forever and ever and ever, we usually end up fighting with that person, and things that they say that wouldn't necessarily be biting to us bite deeper into us. And why is that? Because we're letting them into the sensitive parts of us. And so if they walk around with their regular shoes and our tender little hearts, to them it's just the day I'm wearing regular shoes, but to you it's your tender heart because you let them deeply in. Some people's big plan, some people's big ideas, well then I just won't let anybody in. And again, you'll create strife. You cannot create one without the other. This polarity is also a paradox. So then where does peace? How do you live a peaceful life? Can you be at peace with the love and the strife? Can you be at peace with understanding that strife is still love, but lacking awareness, lacking understanding, lacking a sense of compassion? You see, when we strive or contend with one another, it's because we don't understand ourselves. We don't understand what the other person's saying. There are these things called filters, and these filters completely keep us from seeing and understanding and appreciating the other person, the other person's world. We are all guests and we are all visitors and we're all hosts in each other's world, including our own. And until we learn to become a good host and a good guest, until we learn to refine ourselves, we won't know peace. We will think our way is the way. We will think our perception is the perception, and the other person is just wrong. And while we may love them, we'll say it's wrong. But we always must look within ourselves. If you have love, you're going to have everything else. You have to make peace with everything else. The universe has planets, and has asteroids, and it has moons, and it has comets, and everything is moving. And if you look at it and you personify it and make the correspondences, there are things that run into each other and impact each other. Even your sun will become a red sun one day, a red giant, and it will consume Mercury, Mars, Earth, and Venus. There is strife everywhere, but it's not really strife because the universe is peace with everything, and everything works towards the good of the whole. But you cannot say, I like this and not this. There's a Taoist scripture that says, when you set up what you like against what you dislike, that's a disease of the mind. To find peace, you must find the cure for the disease of the mind and let go of what you think should be and learn to love what is. Okay, I've taken up enough of your time. If you have questions on this, if you have any comments, you can leave comments, you can hit like. Otherwise, you can send me a message offline if you like at lao@4dragonschool.com. Okay, until then, we'll see you next time.